Alright, I've been seeing questions a lot about the best way to clean the wheelhouse window shades. So Mr. Richard Schneider is going to demonstrate for us how we do it. Not saying that it's the best way, but it's sure the quickest, easiest way to do it. And so we'll call this a towboat life hack. And the thing is, we sometimes we get the little lazy guys. You can learn a lot from lazy people. This is what I learned from a lazy person. Lazy person will find the quickest, easiest way to do something. So you find a tough job, you give it to them, and then you watch how they do it. And they'll figure out all the little tricks to the trade. So what we're doing right now is while we're cleaning, we're going to clean the entire window before we get started with the shade. So that's what we're doing right at the moment. I always use plenty of Windex. Now for the shades, people have different ideas of what's the best thing to use. Some people say use Windex, some people say alcohol. We use Windex. Now, this job used to take us a couple watches to do. We pull all the shades down, put them on a sheet in the galley. We no longer do that. We do it with the shades hanging. And that's what we're fixing to demonstrate here. Now, like I said, it may not be the best idea, but the thing is, it gets done more often. So, you know, if you got smokers in the wheelhouse, nicotine builds up on it, the dust builds up on it, and it gets done way more often than if we done it the old-fashioned way of taking them down. We're going to leave them hanging to do it. We're going to show you how to do the back and the front. Now, it's best to do this on a night when it's not so humid, because everything needs to be dry for this to work properly. Now, once you have the window dry, we use a t-shirt. I think he's going to go over it again. Make sure it's good and dry, no streaks, very clean. Now he's going to take a cotton t-shirt and his Windex, alcohol, or whatever you think is best for cleaning the shades. Like I said, we're using Windex. And he wets the spot real good on his t-shirt. Now he's going to take and start going across with it. And it's best to have the tallest guy on the boat do this. You can always have one person pulling the shade, one person doing the wiping. But what he's doing is he's wiping with a wet Windex rag and pulling the shade slowly as he goes. So what he's doing right now is he is cleaning the back of the shade without having to take it down. And every once in a while you may have to put a little more Windex on your t-shirt. Now, if you let the shade touch the window before it has time to hang and dry, you'll have to redo it, because it'll mess up the window and it'll mess up the back of the shade. Fortunately, it's a good dry night. It's a very good night for doing this. We're standing by in the fleet. That's when you want to clean up your wheelhouse, clean your shades. We've already done the ceilings. Do the ceilings first, then we work on the windows and the shades and keep on going down. So he's gonna add a little more Windex to his t-shirt. You just have to be patient as you're doing this. It helps if you throw some tunes on. I recommend songs by Captain Joe Kent or Hank Williams Jr. Anyway, shameless self-promotion there. You can also listen to the audio version of Towboat Joe. That's a good thing to entertain you while you're doing this. Okay, now, once you get the shade all the way down, what you have to do is leave that hanging and allow some drying time. And while it's drying, you go do another window or two and the back of the shade. All right, Richard, I know I told you we was going to demonstrate that, but I don't want to be too long in this video. I want to make it short, simple, and sweet. So, once we allow some drying time, like I said, usually you do another back of the shade, another window in the back of the shade or two, then this one will be dry enough to do the front. And you have to use plenty of Windex. And what we do, let's go ahead and demonstrate that. We take and just spray a whole bunch of Windex. Soak it down real good on the front. Now, like I said, if the back of your shade's not dry or your window's not dry, then it has to be redone. Because if it touches, it sticks, and then you got a mess. Okay, he soaked the front down real good, and then he's going to take and hold the bottom of the shade tight and clean the front. Now, what used to take us a couple of watches takes us a couple of hours. You know, that is if the captain helps. 2 or 3 hours, and it's all done. You don't have to go through all the aggravation of pulling the shades down. So that's how we do it on here, and I hope it helps somebody out there. Like I said, it may not be, your captain may not like this idea. He may want it done the old-fashioned way. May want them cleaner than this actually gets them. But like I said, you have time to do this more often, so they actually get clean better and more often than they would if you take them all down. So that's how we do it here on the Mighty Motor Vessel Ron Hull. So y'all keep it in the ditch, and we'll see you on one. So now we have some very nice and clean windows and shades.